24th, 1:40 p.m. And here's the thing I'm talking about being observant, like seeing how people don't just stereotype whatever they look at. I mean, I've called Steve Bannon and Donald Trump and all this other stuff, an attack just because I'm an old white male with longish hair and, not shaving. What I'm not, I don't have tattoos and sports cap on backwards. That's what makes me a white male oppressor to the feminist brigades, right? This morning, I'm just bringing that up as one example. All it takes is a couple, self-empowered lunatics who think that, you know, movies are real and they can tell somebody just by looking at the clothes they're wearing who they are. Anyway, I'm in this, basement in a big chateau, right? It's a Hindu family, and they're wealthy, and they run a bunch of them. That's what Airbnbs are now. They're basically money-making enterprises because they're a little bit cheaper than a hotel room, and they offer they don't offer all the nice things that a hotel room has, but they're significantly cheaper. I shouldn't say a little bit cheaper, like they might be 40% less than if you're going to stay for any length of time. So it's like this underground economy that's running because there's no housing. People can't afford housing. So I'm in the basement, right? And they're having all this work done on it because they're multimillionaires. So they've got crews out there asphalting the driveway and doing all this crazy stuff that doesn't make any sense at all. But, that's their dream house, the Hindu dream palaces. And they've got their gardening out behind it. Real industrious people. It's not a comment on them. They just have, it's like Godfather, that's what everything. It's the dream that's the American dream. Everybody's the landowner, land baron, and then you have all these peons working for you. So I get up and get in my car, and they've been working on the driveway for like 3 or 4 days, and to park somewhere else, walk in. So there's a, earth mover kind of little plow, whatever it is, John Deere. He's sitting right in the middle of the driveway, so I can't get out. So the guy waits, like you get into my car, and finally he walks over there. I wave to him, say hi, how you doing? He doesn't even look at me. Drives, gets in his little tractor thing and goes past me. I wave to him again in case he didn't see me. He does. I don't exist, right? This is a white guy. Like, so I am and I'm like, to him, because I'm dressed nicely, I have a car, it's an old car, but it doesn't register on him that it's it's like not a luxury vehicle, right? And it's a 2016 or something like this. But see, to him, I'm painted as these guys are so angry and so resentful. Before that, they had Hindu guys out there they're just working hard. This guy, it's like, look, we get paid nothing. I've heard them. I mean, I go to the bars or whatever and to draw. So I hear these guys, it's the white, drugstore truck driving man, the head of the Ku Klux Klan. That's a bird song. Yeah, they exist, right? With Joe, the anti, All in the Family, Norman Lear. It's like the disgruntled, everything's going to hell. I've worked all my life, and now I've got to slave away for this Hindu family. And people don't notice that stuff. I mean, I noticed just this is ready to go off in a minute, man. I would not want to be in that guy's position when an economy falls, because not just him, everybody who's wealthy. It doesn't matter who they are. because they're just open targets of people that are angry at not having anything and have been used to having houses and cars, and they see, you know, people from other immigrants from other races doing great, and they're sweating out there in the sun, and it's their own bloody fault because these guys, like the Hindu guy's he's up in the morning, he and his wife, they're out, they're really worked hard to get what they have, but not to the, angry, drunk, belligerent country western, cowboy type who, because of their own mismanagement of everything, then they have to blame somebody. They can't blame themselves. So that's going on as well. Here's the drawing I'm working on. I keep my yo-yo fresh. I bought it back in Gilgamesh, hunting with the girls and boys, making a joyful noise. It's like the Hunger Games, now forever young, liar's poker in a field of blood and dung, scarlet choker. These are all symbolic references to things that might or might not occur to you as you read the poetic language. The U.S. military just surprise attacked Iran. And that was made the day of the surprise attack. So what I do with my work is just, like, I see these guys, I see what's happening. I see beneath the photograph, it just had Clement Greenberg on saying photographs are sublime and transparent. Photographs are transparent? What are you? Who believed that? I went to art school, right? And that's what you studied under was Clement Greenberg. Everybody did Clement Greenberg was the czar. He was called the art czar. And you did, empty abstraction. So I was arrested, everything else. I was hated by the faculty because I was, doing my crazy comic-y looking art, and that's, stupid. It's like Chicago Harry Who. It's stupid stuff. I'm not doing Chicago Harry Who. It has, because I see everybody in comic book comics wearing other. That's how I'm drawing. I'm doing reality, in a Christian context because I believe in God, and that's what I've always believed in. I got arguments with the Jewish, the idiots, Marxists. That there's no. All they did was, ridicule me, ridicule my work, everything else, because their idea of great was, of course, Marcel Duchamp and Man Ray and surrealism and Louis, the really high IQ types. They just love total idiotic shit. They just laugh and laugh and laugh. And meanwhile, look at what they've created now. It's called lying, falsity. So I pursued truth, and this is a truth, and this is what's recorded in my work. It's a historical truth. It's like if I was in, Berlin in 1939 or 1940, I'd be doing the same thing, but it's just recording it. I'm not looking to change anything because I know that the only change comes from the person who created the universe. He's a person, and he has a son named Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit is who fills me with this fire to communicate urgently that things are going to run out of control because Satan is in charge. That's in the Bible too. Listen to Mike Pence. That's what I just did. On Fox News, and he's being interviewed. He hated Trump. He disavowed Trump and said he's not going to support him. So she asked, "Well, what do you think now, Vice President?" "Oh, he's great. He's done us proud." That's who's behind. Trump is like just an instrument of the neocons and Christians and Jews. These neocon Christians and Jews. The notion that Jews are liberals on what planet are you? I mean, they're liberal about everybody fucking each other, but you know, and sex slavery. They're liberal about that. But what else are they liberal about exactly? But their military policies are liberal, their police state ideology, you know, meaning torture dungeons, and that's liberal. Well, they're stupid. I mean, they're really, really stupid. That's what I say with Greenberg. Like, just call a apple art, and it's art automatically because you have all this money and position, and you've been at the finest schools like Harvard and Yale or wherever, Bennington and Bard and all the liberal colleges. Yeah. Yeah. Franklin Delano, he's a real liberal. Oh, yeah. That's why everybody's so free to speech. I've had all my YouTube's canceled. I can't get the truth out to save my life. You know, but I still, that's what I do. I'm a truth teller. That's what artists are. That's why there are no artists left. That's my belief, is I'm the last artist on planet Earth, because in my definition of art, there are people that tell the truth and record. They witnessed the history in the little span of time, you know, and in my case, it's to the reality of Jesus Christ. That's who I am working for, and always have been. To the abuse of everybody around me. I mean, all the teachers, all my friends, all my girlfriends, wives, because they all know that they have the real truth. And the real truth is Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. And I will go to my grave saying, it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie, and Jesus is the truth, is the way. And he's the life everlasting. So he's withdrawing the offer. He's withdrawn the offer. He's not coming for anybody. You come to him or go with, you know, your chosen ideology. God bless everybody.